Collin,
How's it
Ken
going?
Kraetzer, Cam, that's me. Good to see you. How was your practice out there?
That was a good one. It was fun. I got a little rained on outside, so chilly weather and some rain never makes for a great practice. But we were flying around having fun.
How much is that part? We kind of kid about, in the Army saying that if it's not raining, it's not training. But how much is that been a part? I know you go out in the summer and you get rained on in the field and certainly in practice. How much is that part of just the Army experience?
Yeah, it's just an element you can't control at the end of the day, so there's nothing you can do about it. So you just got to play through it. Or talking summer training, you just got to train through it. Like you don't know if it's going to be raining on your mission. Whenever you actually get to the Army. So here, like football wise, you don't know if it's going to be raining in Baltimore. We don't know what the weather's going to be. Obviously, there's forecast and whatever, but we just got to play through the elements and control the things we can control. And the weather's not one of those.
Absolutely. Tell us a little bit about just coming off the UTSA game. What did you feel you did well in that game, and the momentum that you may take away from that win?
Yeah, something I thought we did well as a defense and as a team was one, we played more complementary football and offense and defense. So our defense was able to get UTSA off the field on third down, and their offense was able to convert with points, whether that be a field goal or a touchdown. And then the momentum side, it's big going into a big game like this. Our team has a little bit of moxie, and they're not just like playing to play. We're playing for a CIC, and we're playing for something a lot bigger, and we're all super excited to play with a little bit of momentum behind us.
Okay. And what's key to your preparation? Obviously, you've had a couple of weeks of practice. You had the off week. How much is that the key? Is it the meetings that you have? Is it watching game film of Navy's offense?
Yeah, I think the key for me and the kind of the DBs, the corners, and KC, the other safeties, is really just your eyes. I know we talk about it every week, but especially this game, there's a lot of eye candy and guys motioning that have nothing to do with the play, but they're just trying to get your eyes pulled away, or false pullers, stuff like that. So you just got to be good with your eyes and read your keys.
Very good. Maybe a final question. What do you see in Blake Horvath? He's running the ball. He can throw the ball. His experience has been this is his second Army Navy game. They won last year. What do you see in his game that you have to be prepared for?
A lot of things. He can throw the ball. They've thrown the ball a lot this year. They put up a lot of points against a lot of teams. And then also running the ball. Obviously, he gets a lot of carries. And he's a fast, quick, shifty athlete. So it'll be a challenge for us as a defense, but we're looking forward to it.
Colin, thank you very much. We'll see you in Baltimore.
Thank you.
Take care. Bye.
Sal, you want to hop in next?
Hey, Colin, Ken McMillan from the record.
How's it going?
Good. Colin, football aside, what's your respect for the midshipmen and also the cadets at Air Force? The fact that you guys are going to serve your country and yet you're still Division I college football athletes.
Yeah, no, I got tremendous respect for him. Kind of all the service academies, maybe a little bit over any other athlete, because like you said, we're going through all the military rigors and academic rigors as long, alongside being a D1 athlete. And so it's an extreme, it's like you're working like two or three jobs. It's an extreme time commitment and obviously the commitment to our country that we're all making. I got extreme respect for Air Force Academy and the Naval Academy.
How long ago do you remember watching Army Navy?
Oof. Man, I remember watching the snow game. I think I was 20, I don't know, 16, 17, 17. Uh, I remember watching a lot of games growing up. It's always an exciting game. It's one of the only games on. I think there's a bowl game this year, later in the evening, but at 3 o'clock Eastern, that's the only time on. So all the college football world's watching it.
Yeah, of course. So if you're a fan, you're going to watch. But I think that there's a more of an attraction to this game for what you guys do and just the nature of how Army and Navy play.
Yeah, no, there is. Obviously the pageantry around the game, and then the idea just that like all the cores on both sides of the field, and then all the players on both sides for us and then for Navy. the idea that we're gonna go serve together and be brothers in arms. I know that kind of gets the audience going and it makes it more of an emotional game, even for fans watching, as it is for players.
How many of these have you played in now?
This will be my third one.
Okay, so you got a taste of it. Honestly, is it harder to play this game as opposed to just a regular run-of-the-mill game?
At the end of the day, it's just football. Yeah, you're playing in an NFL stadium. You're playing in front of more fans. But at the end of the day, we're all playing football. We've been playing since we were, 5 or 6 years old. So at the end of the day, that's just what it is. It's just another football game. Maybe the stakes are the higher, but you can't be too nervous and freak out about the moment.
So you've learned how to kind of tone it down, especially on game day.
Yeah, no, we practice every day. Like the end of practices, we do some like functional range conditioning, like some stretching and stuff, mobility. And like that's my like moment and kind of the safeties I made at our time where like, you train your mind to like calm down. You just got done with practice, so your like heart rate's rested up, and then you're just like laying down, stretching on the ground. I know it sounds like a silly thing, but like you're training your mind to like stop in the moment, calm down, and just focus on that one thing and the next task at hand.
And yet, how pumped are you for this?
If you're not pumped for this game, then I'm not sure you're human or you're American. So obviously I'm super pumped. It's awesome watching the flyovers before the game and running out behind all that. It gets your blood going for sure.
I appreciate that. I just one question. I asked Gavin this. He kind of passed on it, but um, if I don't see you before Connecticut, the fact that you guys got a bowl game and you got one more after this, what kind of a reward is this to be able to play?
It's a tremendous reward. Obviously, yeah, we're not focused on that game right now, but I'm excited to get another game, and especially for all the other seniors too, just to play another game. I'm excited.
All right. Good luck to you on Saturday.
Thank you.
Sal, are you there? You want to ask anything?
Yeah, hey Colin, thanks for the time. I appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
Wanted to ask you a little bit about how much you looked forward to this Army Navy game after last year, and also now you're a starter and have more of a role on the field than you have in the past.
Yeah, every Army Navy game you're excited. Last year I was super pumped too, even though I wasn't technically starting on the defense. But last year, having the opportunity to run down on kickoff, the first play of the game was absolutely electric. And then this year, just playing more, starting on the defense, I'm excited to help my team make more plays and hopefully get us closer to a win.
When you guys have needed wins in Kansas State and UTSA, you've turned your game up to another level. The pass defenses, you played a consistent year, no doubt, and had some really good games, but those two games seem to stand out. Um, do you feel like you're in the zone, like some kind of zone when that's happening? I mean, four pass defenses in a game, the ending you had against Kansas State.
I'm just trying to help my team win. That's like my mindset is, Kansas State, I was just trying to get our defense off the field so we could come away with the win, and I was able to do that. And a lot of credit goes to my teammates because they're in there and they're doing their job, which allows me to do mine. And so it's complementary football. And then like the UTSA game, kind of same thing, like the last drive, the fourth down. And I'm just doing my job. My job was simple in that play, and that's what I did, and it came away, and it was a successful play for our defense.
Can you talk about the teams like kind of I know you're taught don't flinch in situations, but all the close games you guys have been in this year, the eight decide by 7 points or less. How much maybe mentally stronger have you guys gotten through all those games and maybe it might help you out this Saturday?
Yeah, we've gotten resilient. We've learned to be resilient, and we're just trying to do our best to win the fourth quarter. That's something we stress around here. So we're trying to do whatever we can to put ourselves in a position to win in the fourth quarter, and then just come away with the win, and play our hardest out there.
Can you I'm writing something on Casey Larkin. Can you tell me what it's like to play alongside him and what he brings to the field? And I know he says you guys have a pretty strong friendship.
Yeah, we do. We're both going field artillery, which we're excited about, and then we're in the same major, so we have a lot of classes together. So it's super super fun to play alongside him. He's obviously a heck of a player. Made a lot of plays here. Going back to his sophomore year, starting then, he's made a lot of plays, whether that be interceptions or TFLs. Just flying around. He's obviously super fast and athletic. So it makes my job easier knowing that I got him on the other side of the field.
What have you learned from him, would you say?
Man, I don't know where to start, but I would say the biggest thing is just when you're running the ball, just take your shot sometimes on defense.
Mm.
You break down and stuff. You see Casey always flying up, making plays in the backfield, from a strong safety spot. So just run it up. You're not always going to have the ability to kind of stop and break down and get in a perfect tackling position. Sometimes you just got to take your shot. You got 10 other guys running the ball. It'll work itself out.
Nice. Is there anybody through your time, like just growing up on the Navy side of things? Do you have any family members that have Navy connections or anything like that?
Yeah, my grandpa served in the Navy, back in Vietnam era, so I got that. That's my only other one. And my other grandpa served in the Army. So,
It's kind of, but have you been more of an Army family, or has it been split in the past, or what would you before you got to West Point?
uh, probably split a little bit, but probably more Army. Just my other grandpa served in the Army.